today's chat about Japan, and Tash is going to be taking you to Japan. And here's a little short video.
Travel. It means something different to each of us. Yet we all feel that deep down need to explore the world. Travel has the power to change your life. And it isn't just about where you go. It's why you go. What's your why? What's your reason for travel? The countless reasons behind why we travel have defined Collette's 100-year history. This is our story. The year was 1918. World War I had just ended, and Jack Collette set forth on a brand new journey to share his love of travel with the world.
When Jack had come back from the war, he bought a jitney, ran his first trip in December of 1918 to Florida for $68.50.
By the 80s, Collette was ready for monumental growth. They opened up their first office in Toronto, Canada, officially becoming an international company. Then it was on to Europe, where Collette began offering tours to Switzerland. Collette was on the rise, and by the end of the decade, they expanded their tours throughout Europe, Australia, and Asia. These new destinations opened up a world of possibilities for Collette and its travelers. The 90s marked another milestone for Collette when the torch was passed from father to son. In 2014, the first office down under comes to life. Even on the other side of the world, travelers would be able to experience Collette's special touch in guided touring. In 2018, Collette celebrates their centennial anniversary. 100 years of business, 100 years of exploration, and 100 years of lasting memories.
Every day we have the opportunity to come in and create something new and take this company to the next level. We've shown that in our first 100 years, and to me, the opportunities are endless.
Our product is constantly evolving. We're designing product that is truly changing people's lives.
We make that dream come true for our guests.
Though much has changed since 1918, the heart and soul of Collette remains the same. We don't just take travelers on a journey. We ask why the journey matters. Because it's your why that moves us forward. Your story and your reasons for travel are what have driven us for 100 years. And what inspire the journeys of tomorrow.
The great thing with Collette is like I said, we like to include more. It's 4-star and above accommodation, hotel to hotel baggage handling. Like a lot of people think that when they're going on a coach tour, you're going to have your 28-kilo bag lugging it from hotel to hotel. Our tour managers and our local guides and everything take care of all that for you. So all you do is getting off the coach and going to enjoy what you need to do. The other great thing with Collette is if you're going to do sightseeing or going into a historical architectural site or something like that, we will always have the tickets ready to go. You're not having to wait around for the tour manager to go and get the tickets. He's going to have the tickets and you're going to get fast track entry into wherever you're going. So Cultural Treasures of Japan, like I said, it's 13 days, or 14 days that one, sorry, it's now 13 days. And there's 21 meals included in this. Like I said, this tour is a top seller out of Australia. There's a lot of companies doing Japan. This tour for the price that everything you're getting, remembering it's 4-star and above, we like to under-promise and over-deliver, so you are going to get some 4.5, 5-star wow moments while you're on tour as well. So just a few of your tour highlights, taking a magnificent view from Mount Fuji from the Hakone Ropeway. Try your hand at the centuries-old art of the Japanese tea ceremony, gold leaf making as well. I just had a group return and they did the tea making and everything. They had a great time. Local authentic sushi, and the food is culinary amazing. So this is a tour at a glance. So you're flying into Tokyo. You've got 3 nights in Tokyo. one night in Hakone. So as you can see, the pacing of this tour is amazing. You've only got one night stay. 3 nights in Tokyo, then 1 night down in Hakone and Takayama. You have 2 nights, Kanazawa 2 nights, and then 4 nights in Kyoto, which is pretty rare that you see on a tour to Japan. And then you're doing the bullet train down to Hiroshima. So day 1, you're going to be flying out. Welcome to Japan, the land of the rising sun. You begin the electrifying city of Tokyo, where pop culture is turned all the way up and traditions are rich and long kept. So your first night is going to be experiencing all this beautiful Japanese food, lots of nice drinks, probably sake to wash it down with. So after your beautiful welcome dinner, you go back to your hotel and have a nice sleep. Then you get to enjoy a morning stroll through the outside grounds of the Imperial Palace, the Kokyo Geian National Gardens, and you see the Niji Bridge and Sakurada Gate, the well-known symbol of the Imperial Palace. And then you get to go to famous fish markets. So the fish markets, you get a beautiful sushi lunch. The story behind the fish markets is apparently there is a room that people queue to go in. So later, amid a lush forest outside of Tokyo, visit the Meiji Shrine. Yeah. Meiji Shrine, dedicated to Emperor Meiji and his wife, Empress Shokan. And then on your last day in Tokyo, you're going to be exploring Asakusa, Tokyo's oldest geisha district. You get a local geisha guide that's leading you through, and apparently it's an amazing experience. You experience the long-standing tradition of the Japanese tea ceremony dating back to the 15th century. So it's something that people love and keep talking about, this tea ceremony. Everyone I talk to that's done our Japan tour, it seems to be a big highlight. And the gold leaf making as well, During your free time, explore the Nakamisi shopping arcade and feel the energy of the oldest shopping street in Japan. So tonight, on this night, you're going to be dining at as the locals do in Isakaya, preferred establishment among the Japanese salaryman, the businessman, featuring Japanese tapas-style food. A journey to the lakeside resort of Hakone, renowned for its hot springs in the shadow of Mount Fuji. That's Unisesco. This scenic town hugs the shorelines of Lake Ashi. So the Owakaduni crater was created some 3,000 years ago when Mount Hakone erupted. So there's lots of tours around archaeological sites, temples, like I said, anything and everything you'd expect to do in Japan. So this is the Hakone ropeplay. I'm a little bit scared of heights, so I don't know if I'll be fine doing this. But you climb aboard an aerial cable car descending from Awakadani for a breathtaking view of Mount Fuji. The view of Mount Fuji from the Hakone ropeway is weather dependent, so depending on the weather, but it has to be quite torrential before they'll stop it. It's okay. So then you take the deep blue waters of Lake Ashi on a cruise where you'll see epic views of the local mountains before stepping into the charming town of Moto Hakone. This breathtaking day begins in Matsumoto, at Matsumoto Castle, known as the Crow Castle because of its striking black exterior. Enjoy the local cuisine as we stop for lunch at a soba noodle shop. So again, more Japanese culture. And later you'll step back in time in the rural Edo period town of Takayama, nestled in the Japanese Alps. So Takayama is where the group I was talking about saw the cherry blossom, and they were still in full bloom around that mid-April kind of mark. So that's something to look forward to. Okay, well done to locals for connections to sake. This is the perfect place to gather for a visit to one of Japan's 200-year-old sake breweries. After that, you experience a true Japanese Epicurean treat, traditional rice wine paired with a special Haida beef dinner. The ancient cultures of Takayama come alive this morning in the town's historic district. Take a walk through the past and glimpse the 19th century Jinya government building. Stroll through the morning market along the Miyakawa River, a 600-year-old open-air market with locally grown and produce markets. This area too, they have all the beautiful street food, and in Japan, for anyone that has been there before, everything is safe to eat if they are so clean. So circuit the winding streets where the town's traditional charms are preserved in the inns and houses, And then in the afternoon, you relish some free time to continue your exploration of Takayama on your own. So this is the unique charms of it's a UNESCO area as well. So a lot of history and beautiful sights to see. Hidden away in this mountain, this in the Harmonist village, is famous for its Curie-style houses. So the thatch roofed houses, designed to resemble two hands joined in prayer. And then a journey to Kanazawa, the origin of the gold leaf making since the 16th century. This is where you're all going to get together and do your gold leaf making, which again is getting great feedback and they're really enjoying doing that as well. You visit the Samurai district where you'll enter the former home of the Nomuras, a wealthy samurai family who served the ruling media family. And then travel to the geisha quarters of Kanazawa, the Hikashi tea district, and then you gather in town that evening for a dinner all together as well. Again, it's going to be a lovely cultural experience. And then more than 25 acres of absolute beauty awaits you today at the Kanaoku Inn, the Garden of Six Qualities. So from the beauty of Japan's most stunning gardens, dive into the ancient craft of gold leaf making during a hands-on lesson in decorating your own lacquer box at Kanazawa Katani. In the centre of town, taking the action of the Amici fish markets, and then venture out on your own to really immerse yourself in the Kanazawa's dynamic culture. Kyoto awaits. The former imperial capital of Japan is now one of the nation's top cosmopolitan cities. The hotel that you stay in here, you get a fantastic view of the tower there as well. At the same time, Kyoto's connection with its past is strong. You won't need to look far to see one of its 2,000 temples and shrines. You don't get to go to more, but we take you to the best, so that's fantastic. And visit another UNESCO, the Golden Pavilion, a Zen temple, whose top 2 floors are completely covered in gold leaf. And then you stroll through the Gion district, where you may spot women in traditional dress along the narrow lanes of tea houses. Okay, so tonight you dine in the heart of the city at a traditional yakitori grilled chicken restaurant. So, and again with Colette's dining experiences, most of the majority of the restaurants, you're always going to get 1 or 2, maybe even some more wines. So all aboard the bullet train. So this is one of the highlights definitely when you go to Japan. And upon arrival, you board a ferry for the short trip to Miyajima Island or Shrine Island, another UNESCO site with the iconic Torii Gate and Ichikushima Shrine appear to float on water. So that temple is floating on water and you go out by boat. After lunch, head into Hiroshima City to visit the Peace Memorial Park and pause to see the ruined Atomic Dome, another UNESCO site, and then reflect at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum. So then in Kyoto, there's another famous landmark. You explore the Fushimi Inari Taisha for a tour of the most revered shrine of Inari, and follow the spectacular rows of orange torii made famous in the movie Memoirs of a Geisha that weave through the forest leading you into the inner shrine. Move on to the home of the first Shogun Nijo Castle, another UNESCO site. So you're getting to see so many UNESCO sites while you're in Japan as well. Next visit is Marumasa Nishuramuraya, an art of stenciling in a traditional Kyoto townhouse. Today, spend some more time relaxing on your own or set out to explore Kyoto on your own as well. So fully immerse yourself in Japanese culture tonight during a special kaiseki farewell dinner and geisha show. And it's your last night, depending on if you're going to stay through and do your own thing after that. The tour comes to a close in this fascinating land. As you depart, reflect on its beauty and all you have learned about its rich history and culture. Like I said beforehand, Narelle and the team can personalise your trip. If you want to do business or first class, they can arrange that for you. Dining experiences, any optional excursions. That tour doesn't have any optional excursions because everything is included in that tour. Worries, travel protection. You can pay $95 for land, $195 if you book air and land together, and you get a full refund. You can cancel right to the day before departure, and you get all your money back. You don't get a credit note to say that you have to book and travel with us in a certain amount of time. We give you a full refund. And then we have a loyalty program. So if you rebook and travel with us within 12 months, you get $150 off. If you rebook and travel with us within 13 to 24 months, you get $100 off. Thank you for having me.